decision isn't yours to make. Don't lie about the way things are. The tall tales will take you very far. Don't scoff when they say it's the end. In this life, you know you can't pretend. The days pass by, baby, set in stone.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. It is 6 p.m. on Thursday, October 23rd, and today is a special Thursday Retiree Live. I know we typically do these for special events, but today's kind of special because we have one of our city council champions. We don't have too many of those, but when they do come along, we do like to try to honor them. And Christy Marmorato from District 13 is one of our supporters, so we want to make sure that we give her our full attention. She's been a city councilwoman. We helped get her elected in the last election into city council, and she's running for re-election. She does have a challenger who has not supported retirees, and Christy has supported our issue and our mission from the very, very beginning. So since time is sensitive, I want to bring her on so that you get to talk to her. If you have any questions, you can ask and listen to what she has to say, because it's pretty important. And you have to remember, the only way that we can make change is by getting out to use the power of our vote. So welcome, Christy.
Hi everybody. Thank you so much for having me here today.
You're welcome. And we're very, very, very happy to have you in our space because you've been one of our city council champions. Like I always say, we don't have too many of those. There's 18 people on our bill, but you were one of the first people to be there for us. And our people in your district who are our retirees were very, very supportive of you. And that's how I met you, was they said, would you talk to her? And I said, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, whenever I make a commitment to anything, it's always important to follow through and continue.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in District 13 and what you need people to do.
So, as most of you know, I had a 24-year career in healthcare before I got into politics because I always had a passion of helping people and I always like to really get behind the community. And when I was, right before I decided to run, there was a project coming up in my district and I felt like I didn't have the appropriate voice. So I felt like my current council member wasn't going to be the appropriate voice for me and my district. And I felt like, all right, I got to put myself out there. I want to see if I can do this. I really want to run. And I feel like a lot of people were in that situation in our district where we felt like we had representation, but it didn't really mirror our values and our thoughts. So I ran, and luckily, thank God, I was able to pull through on the other side. Now, when I was running, I had met with the retirees of New York City because my dad falls into this category, and my mom as well. And since I'm a young girl, my mom has always been sick, and my father always said to me, "Healthcare is the most important thing that you can have." Right. And believe it or not, since I graduated from X-ray school, I've had health insurance for probably about the last 20 something years. I don't think I've ever had it where it lapsed because he always stressed to me, your healthcare is one of the most important things because you can, God forbid, have some type of thing happen to you where it's like, you're going to get hit with a really large medical bill and you just don't want that because you probably won't really recover from that. And I understood it. So it was important to me. And, the benefits of the retirees, you guys are the ones that have gave so much to the city over the years. You deserve to have a nice retirement and a good healthcare system. So I appreciate that. So what's going on in my district? I am up for re-election and I do have a competitor, and it's just all about, making the connections, letting people know here we are. We've done so much in the first 2 years. We hit the ground running. Like I said, I didn't have a political background, so I knew that I had to work hard and put as much effort into this, bringing the services back to the community, fighting for the district, because the reality of it is doing this job is probably one of the most important things I could possibly do, not only for myself, but for my daughter. My parents still live in district. So for my family, because it's, we got to fight. We got to fight for our community.
And it's worth fighting for. You have a comment from John Manning says, Kristy has done a fabulous job as a city council member. We need quality people to become cops, teachers, and other civil servants. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's another thing that was kind of important. When I did get into this role, I wanted to try to bridge the gap between the police officers and the children of our community. So we do support our officers at both precincts, and we fund programs with the community affairs. So we provide events like Chess with a Cop, where the kids can kind of come and play chess with police officers. We do coffee with a cop, pizza with a cop, ice cream with a
Oh,
cop.
that's nice.
Yeah.
We're working the community.
Yeah.
And you can definitely use people to help your campaign. So I'm putting your website, Kristy4, FORNY, .com in the chat so that people can follow up with your campaign. I'm sure in the next 10, 12, 14 days, you can definitely use some assistance getting out the vote, doing some campaign canvassing. So we know we're going to be doing a special email for her to get everyone to try to help her out. So if you are watching this, please go to Kristy4, FORNY.com. She is a retiree champion, and she's been from the very, very beginning since she was a candidate, and she's running for re-election. So she could definitely use your support. Please reach out, go to her website, make a donation, sign up to volunteer for her campaign, because she could definitely use that assistance.
Well, I always tell everybody, send it to your group chat, whether it's your family group chat, whether it's your friends, just send it to your group chat. Just tell just a couple of people. Hi, Ruth. I am friends with Ruth on Facebook. Yeah. So just send it out to your network of people. That's what it's really all about. It's at this point, it's really just a numbers game and just turning out the vote. So.
Yeah, that's the way we do it. So we know you've been with us for a while now. Is there anything else that we can do for you?
No, not at all.
Just share.
I just share. That's all I ask. I appreciate you guys supporting me from day one. But you know what? It was a mutual respect and a mutual understanding. I know how important your fight is and how tireless you guys have been fighting to protect yourselves. And,
Well, and we appreciate you being there from the beginning as well. So I know you have some place to go. We will post this on all of our socials. Right now, you are being broadcast into Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. And I'll make sure I put out a few clips and tag you on all of our socials for the next 2 weeks. So everyone, make sure you do the same. Look for Christy Marmorato on your socials. Share this video. Make sure everyone that you know that's a municipal worker, your brother's on.
Yeah.
On the job, right? Isn't he a firefighter? Is your brother a firefighter?
Say hi, Renata. This is my little
Hi.
one. So listen, it's all about family. My brother he's retired from the job. He was FDNY as well. So was my dad. He was FDNY for about 25 years.
Yeah, so definitely family. And that's what we need, is people who care about other people and their families, because we are fighting for our families and you're helping us fight for our families. So it all comes together. So I know you do have to go. I appreciate you coming in to stop in and tell everyone, remind us that we have to get out and vote and support your campaign. And I appreciate you taking that time out today. So have a great afternoon with whatever you're doing and helping get your community riled up to support your campaign. And we're going to do the same on our end. Thank you, Kristy. I appreciate you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. So if you guys have any questions for me before I go, because I just wanted to do this brief little introduction or reintroduction to Kristy on our channel. She's been one of our supporters from the very, very beginning. If you remember, the candidate that was the elected that was in the seat that was sitting currently in District 13 was Marjorie Velasquez, who ran a very contentious campaign with retirees and literally told us in the meeting with her constituents that we should all be paying more for our health care, even though we're retired on fixed incomes. And she didn't care about the promise that was made to us. And her constituents called me and said, can we do another meeting? Would you meet with the candidate running against her? And I said, sure, absolutely. And they were a little taken back, and they said that they were very upset with the way that Marjorie Velasquez had flipped on them on the land deal that was in their community. I think it was the Bruckner land deal, and then the retiree issue. And they were very disappointed in the way that she was not listening to them. And they said, "Would you speak to Christy Marmorato?" I said, "I'll speak to anybody else that supports what you're doing. This is your district." And so we said, "Okay, fine." We held a meeting with her as she was campaigning. She called me that very night that Marjorie had yelled at her constituents and said that her seniors were basically greedy and should be willing to go back to the table and renegotiate. And I was like, "We're retired. We don't negotiate anymore. We kept our promise. You should be helping us make the city keep its promise." So when we met with Kristy, they said, let's do this. And it was monumental. To me, this was a historic change because District 13 flipped from Democrat to Republican. And the constituents in the district were staunch Democrats that said, "We don't care what party the next person is. If they support protecting our community, they support protecting our benefits, they support protecting our retirees, then we're going to get behind them." And Kristy was that person. And it didn't matter that she was a Republican. Remember, Republican Democratic politics don't really have much of an effect on a local level like a city council district. But it was that she was in healthcare. Her brother was in health. It was New York City Fire. Her father was New York City Fire, and her mother was on the father's insurance. She understood our fight, and she's been behind our retirees and her constituents from the very, very beginning. So if you are in District 13, please get out and vote. Sign up for her campaign. I'm going to post her website again. If you could go to her site, even make a small donation, because she could use any support that she possibly can, grassroots style, like we always do. And make sure that you get out to support her. Contact her campaign if you have some time that you could do some campaign calls. You know how we were doing that for other candidates to help those ones that did support us. So if you have that time and you can make a few calls, and election day is around the corner. And the most important thing is share among your social circles, to share the information to your community to get the vote out. That's really, really important. Just about every city council district, I believe, is up for re-election at this time. So if you have that ability, please share, tag her, tag us, tag me, I don't care. If you're like what we're doing and trying to find candidates that support you, Kristy has supported us from the beginning. She is on our website, which is also the site that you see going down here is our organization's website. But let me see if I have the other site up here. Yeah, I do. Okay. So you'll see now the election site is retiredlaborstrong.nyc. That is our political website. We try to keep our politics separate from our business. So nycretirees.org is our organization's website. Retiredlaborstrong.nyc is our political website. And you'll see the people who have signed our pledge that are running for office, sometimes as a first-time candidate. There's also an image down at the bottom with the 18 sponsors that are on our legislation. So please look at that list to see who are the people that are supporting you. If they're not on our page, they've not either responded back to us, they've not reached out to us, or they didn't want an endorsement. So whatever that, you can figure out what that means. So rather than just going through a whole list of people, and we chose to do who reached out to us or who responded to us first. So thank you very much for giving us about 15 minutes out of your evening today. You will see me tomorrow. Please put on your calendars 5 p.m. We will be here tomorrow at 5 p.m. We have Curtis Sliwa coming on at 5. And let me see if I can quickly pull that up. And then we have Andrew Cuomo coming on at 6. So please schedule to be with us for at least 2 hours, because this is going to be interesting. And we will be right here. We will be on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X. And it'll be one at a time. We will speak with Curtis first, then we'll speak with Andrew second. And we still have our chart up for questions. Let me see if that is handy somewhere. And if you haven't submitted your questions, please do so, because we are starting to finalize the questions for tomorrow. Oop, I must have closed it. Give me 1 second and I will grab that right back. If you haven't submitted a question for tomorrow's debate, please make it specific. So Zoran Mamdani is not coming. He's not replied to any of our requests in the last 10 months. So I can tell you, don't waste your time in sending me a question for him, because he's not joining us. We gave an equal opportunity, because you know that that's how we roll, to every single candidate and asked them if they wanted to join us. Please do so. So I'm dropping in the chat right now the form that you can go to and put in a question. Tell me what the question is. You don't need to give me a question regarding healthcare, because both of these candidates, Andrew Cuomo, Curtis Lee, will both support a New York City retiree. They would both protect you. They agreed to the 3 issues on our Retired Labor Strong website, scrolling below. So it's really important that you know that, because there's a whole bunch of other things that are important to you that you could ask them tomorrow. So remember, 5 p.m., starting at 5 tomorrow, right here. We will be here. Please share this information on your socials. Have as many people as you want come and watch, because this is our show for 2 hours. Any questions, please let us know. Drop those in the chat. I will stick around a little bit longer. Let's see. Brian says, lately I've been pretty much voting Republican for everything because the Democrats in New York City stabbed us in the back. Brian, you know, I completely understand what you're saying. We don't understand this either. And where they're frustrated or complaining that they're not picking up community support, or their base is dropped, and yet they don't realize they are the cause of their base losing their base. For retirees, elderly, and disabled to have to come out and repeatedly protest to protect a federal public health benefit of Medicare, for the speaker and many of the city council members going and hugging seniors at senior events, even the speaker yesterday, you saw our truck out in front of her building. This is ridiculous that they would make them do this. Yet a handful of Republicans are willing to say, yes, we support protecting your health care. You worked for the city. You served the city. You should be here. You should have this benefit. We promised it to you, rather than stab you in the back. So I think that's really important for people to understand why we're doing this. And it's because we know what we were promised. We've been telling everyone, this is what the city said. Come and work for these crappy ass wages. We'll make sure you have a pension and health care, but you won't get it until you retire. And we kept that promise, and we expected them to keep theirs. So we want to make sure that you guys know both candidates coming on to speak with us tomorrow have agreed to that pledge. They signed the pledge on their campaign letterhead with a hand signature. And I hear Curtis is supposed to come out with some sort of an announcement, I think tomorrow, regarding retirees or something. I'm not really sure. The details on that. I got kind of a cryptic message today, so I'm interested to see what that's going to be about. Oops, where did that go? Both the Democrat and Republican Party establishments do need some deep soul searching. John, I would agree with you on that. Absolutely. Speaker Adams today introduced Councilmember Crystal Hudson as the next speaker. Hopefully not, since she's not. Where did you see that? Because that election doesn't happen until January. She's running for speaker. So is Carmen De La Rosa. So is Julie Menin, Amanda Farias, Kevin Riley, and of course our own supporter, number one, Chris Marte. So he's the only one that's run a transparent campaign on making this a very public issue. I think if you could send me where you saw Speaker Adams saying that, I would appreciate that, because I have not heard that at all. That election is not till January, and that's because all the other council members that don't get elected until November won't be in place until January. Maybe she's wishful thinking, but Crystal Hudson has also not agreed to meet with us either. And she's the chair of aging, by the way. James Hall, yes, crappy wages. Absolutely. There's a Republican running in District 5 against Menon, Alina Bonsell. And that district, I don't think will ever go Republican, unfortunately. Even we like this district for District 13, maybe I should take that back, because I never would have thought District 13 would have moved in the Bronx, would have moved Republican, but it did in a heartbeat because Marjorie Velasquez literally abandoned her constituents. She ran on a platform of protecting the constituents from the Bruckner land deal, and then she flip-flopped when the speaker and the mayor asked her to do so. That they felt betrayed by her. And then when they had the meeting with the healthcare issue, our healthcare issue, they felt even more betrayed again. And that's when they called me and said, would you please speak with her and help us set up this meeting? And I said, yes, absolutely. So know that I guess anything can possibly happen. I just think it's unlikely in that district. You had a really good candidate that was running against her. That was a Democrat that unfortunately did not get enough votes. And he totally supported you. But that didn't happen. Let's see. Stated meeting before city council. I will look for it. Yeah, let me know. You can message me or send it to our org email. It's common for someone introducing a candidate to say, let's welcome. Oh, yes. And William, if it was in that context, I would completely understand, because I believe she's been grooming Crystal to take that position. So point taken, I do believe if that's how it was framed, I agree with you. All right. So everyone, you guys have a great evening. Please come on back tomorrow, 5 p.m. We will be hosting Curtis Sliwa and Andrew Cuomo tomorrow at 5. Plan to stay for a while because they will both be here for a while. And I want you guys to send your comments. I'll drop that link again in the chat. Please submit final questions to ask them. Remember, they both support your healthcare, so you don't need to ask healthcare related questions. They both signed the pledge and they are both on our political website. So if there's anything that's going on in the district, please let us know, or anything in the city that you'd like to ask, that concern of yours, if you are living in the 5 boroughs that you want to get out, send those to us. We are finalizing those questions by the morning. So I appreciate all of you coming by today. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Make sure you click like and subscribe so that you get our notifications when we're going live, because sometimes we go live spontaneously and sometimes they're scheduled like today or tomorrow. And then please share the link to tomorrow's event. Let me see if I can grab that really quick as well, so you don't have to search too hard. Let's see. Oh, here we go. And share tomorrow's event. Get a link with all of your social contacts. And I'm putting that in the chat now too. That'll be tomorrow's live with Curtis Sliwa and Andrew Cuomo tomorrow starting at 5 p.m. So have a great evening, everybody. I will see you tomorrow at 5. Bye.
Don't speak what you don't understand. The truth is not in your command. Don't shout about what you think is fake. The decision isn't yours to make. Don't lie about the way things are. Tall tales will take you very far. Don't scoff when they say it's the end. In this life, we know you sky.